All right. I'm really, really excited to be here again. It's a pleasure for me to introduce to each of you. And let's start for Troy.
Hello.
Troy is a great raider.
He's been
Professional
around.
partier.
He's been around.
Yeah,
you go.
it's been around. So say hi.
Hello. Name's Troy. T. Crizzy. Look me up. I've been in the scene for a long time. Took a break for a while. Came back into it in 2016. So here with these guys, starting this podcast. Gonna have a lot of fun with it. So
Yeah.
Okay.
absolutely very excited.
And we are going with the next guest interviewer or guest interviewer. And many of you know, he's Omar.
Omar Techno.
Omar
let's make
Techno.
that clear.
That's his middle
What's
name.
up, Omar?
Yeah, that's my name. Exactly.
How are you, Omar?
Pretty
Tell us
good. I'm very excited for this project, and thank you for both of you guys for helping me with this project and make it happen. And
Thank you.
let's go. I'm excited.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So JJ,
And our guest today is gonna be JJ.
Very
Yo, what's up, everybody?
JJ, who is academic. DEMEK.
Yeah, Triceradrops and DEMEK.
DEMEK. Okay. So it's a pleasure for
Yeah,
us to have you here.
Thank you guys for having me. And I look forward to answering all the secrets to you guys.
Please, because
We're
we are
gonna dig.
very curious about your journey
yeah.
and how did you start it.
Yeah.
And who's gonna drop the first question?
I don't know. It's up
I
to whoever.
do. So I want to drop the first question. JJ, I want us to dive into JJ when he was 22 years old. Like,
22.
yeah, bro.
Fuck.
Because that's really where a lot of your story really starts. So like, let's start from there.
Last year, right?
I know, right?
Feels
Okay.
like.
I wish it was last year, but all right. Fucking the headspace of JJ 22. So that would have been, like 2012. So that's when I started my journey, like basically in recording school. I was still in my death metal band, actually, you know? So I actually became a raver around those years too, 2011. Barely started getting into like the music and shit. And my drummer at the time, my best friend, basically was like going to fucking raves and shit. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? Like at the time, I was like, what is all that bullshit? You know, I was like, fucking me, it was always thrash or punk, you know? At the time, I'm like, what the fuck is so much cooler than your best friend? You guys are leaving me fucking here like hanging, you know? Like, I'm like, what am I supposed to do? You know? Where's my best friend going? Just come out finally, you know? Go out and experienced it. Took my first ecstasy pill. And, like,
Okay.
started getting into the music.
Don't do drugs.
And it was trance music that got me like started going, you know? But at the time, everyone's throwing so much shit. I mean, bloody beetroots, this and that. You know, I didn't even fucking know what techno was at the time, you know? I just like heard electro and all this other like crazy random shit at the time. And I finally went to school basically. And I was like,
music?
Not music school, it was audio engineering.
Okay.
So I went there like to record my death metal band at the time, you know?
Was there the
So
first
fast
time?
forward like a year later, basically from getting into all
Sorry.
that.
Was there the first time you took the guitar, or
Oh, no.
because I know you play the guitar and very well.
Yeah, I've been playing the guitar since I was 13.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Already 10 years
13.
experience
So
then.
So
you were already 11
by
years.
the time,
Yeah.
so by the time when you got into school, you already knew how to play.
Yeah, I already knew how to play. I was already shredding. I was in my first couple competitions and stuff.
Oh wow!
Yeah, like I met Dimebag's brother, Benny Paul, at one of the competitions. I was like fucking one of my idols
Way
right there,
cool.
you know?
Awesome.
So it's like, you know, like I've been in that journey, you know, there was for a while with bands and, you know, metal, punk and all that. Like there was a big part of me for, it still is, but it was a big part of me, like, you know, at that time. So to go into school, like with my band, we were getting scouted by this record label called Metal Blade Records, you know, and they hit us up like we had a demo. And basically it's like, okay, well, fuck, we need a demo. Like, we don't know where to go, like, to record, you know, everything's too expensive. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to school.
And by that time was like a trance or techno,
What
you were playing
I was playing?
or producing.
I wasn't even producing yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't even
Yeah, he's
producing
just
yet.
doing metal at this point, right?
22-year-old JJ is like just strictly into the metal, and like barely went to my first couple of raves.
All right. And when you started to produce?
When did I start?
Yeah.
That was like 2012. So yeah, around 22. Like, I got my first introduction to Logic for 1 month, the production one. I got my certification in it. But it's like I learned it for 1 month and I just kept going. That was it. They were teaching us just engineering with Pro Tools and everything else. And it was a side thing for me at the time. It's like, oh, I like trance music. Let me fucking try to make some trance music,
But you eventually end up winning a competition.
Yeah.
And tell us about it, because I think that's very exciting. Also, that's part of your story.
Yeah.
As Triceradrops, because that's really when really you start moving into that direction.
Yeah. It's like, being in school, and just to get it out of the way, it was like with the intention of recording my death metal band, but we broke up. So halfway in there, like, I was already like, well, what the fuck? I just came, I felt like a waste. For
so unexpected for a metal band.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like with all the potential and shit, right when I got the studio time. So I was fast going to that, we broke up and I'm just left there like, fuck. So I was already producing, trance on the side and shit. So then like one of my final projects.
Exactly, that's what I was asking. Like, you were producing already by the time, trance.
Yeah, in school. I was barely learning, but I was teaching myself still.
Okay.
I was applying every audio engineering technique I was learning. They gave me 1 month of production. So I was just learning production as I go and then applying everything else I was learning, how to record shit, how to make shit sound good, the engineering side versus the writing,
And then you still have the band by that time?
No, they already broke up.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, one of my classes, it was called System Support. And I'll never forget that class. I fucking hated it. It's like, go in there. How are you going to troubleshoot stuff? This mic sounds like shit. How do I make it sound better? Like it was like EQ tricks like that. Yeah. And one of the final project was a fun one. It was like, go on remixcompetitions.com and find something to remix. So prior to that, I had went to Beyond Wonderland to go see Simon Patterson. That was my initial, main one. I was like, fuck yeah, I want to see him.
2012?
Yeah. 2012 Beyond Wonderland. I think it was the ASOP 550 one.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And Christopher Lawrence played as well, right after Cosmic Gate. I didn't know who he was, but I'm like, I heard he plays this. So that's the first time I heard Psytrance get played to me. Like Christopher Lawrence, yeah. And it just, that fucking bass line, I was like, soul just rolled out and just like, oh my God. And the bass line, the way it hit my chest and everything, I was like, what the fuck, So that took over, and fast forward back to school, all hyped and shit, like over this fucking thing. And I'm like, man, damn, like what the fuck? I'm trying to produce stuff. So the remixcomps.com, there happened to be a competition for Christopher Lawrence and John Double Fleming. Their track called Beyond the Limit.
Nice.
And
so he was your inspiration or not really? Who was your first
he was, I would say Simon Patterson was definitely like one of my main inspirations, like growing up. Okay. Then Christopher. And, I was into John Askew, even Ali and Fila back in the day, Armin. I was trance as fuck back in the day, But the thing is about dance music, it's like I didn't know that darkness was allowed. I didn't know metal was allowed,
Yeah.
But when I entered that competition, like the way he had asked, what happened is I went in there with no expectations, I'm like, fuck it, it was my final project. And I made this whole remix and I got an A. So then I turned it in 2 weeks late, not even on time. I turned it in 2 weeks late. Whatever. Let's just see what happens to the competition.
So it was late.
Yeah. So 2 weeks late. And then I got an email from Christopher's wife saying hey, I'm just reaching out. You were very late, but I just wanted you to know that you won.
Killed it.
And you were Christopher's favorite version.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tell us about that feeling whenever you received the call.
Oh, I fucking cried.
Coming
from
22 years old and
coming from that broken heart, of my metal band and shit. Yeah. No woman will ever break my heart the way they did. I tell you straight up, because it's that potential that we had, man. And me going to school for it's just and that happened. But you know what? Little did I know, it was part of what the journey I'm been going through. But in that moment, when I got that email, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Very excited.
I got something.
I'm like, what just happened?
Yeah.
It's oh, what is this feeling? And it
But
was
for
just,
that time, you haven't been playing in any underground
no, I
party.
was not even considering
Oh.
DJing for nothing. Like, you know, I was over here trying
Never
to get
touched
sponsored
decks
by.
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when was your first underground gig?
Or your free show?
My first show. So in that story, like, you know, I had to go, like, I produced and I did a follow up. He hit me up. He's like, "Do you want to do something?" And this is where I was producing, you know, trance music still, but also psytrance. Actually did uplifting psytrance before it was a fucking thing. You know, people might not believe that, but there's tracks before, you know, there was the label called Was Afraid of 138. 138 BPM, by the way. That's when it was so fast back
I
then.
can tell by
138
That was
BPM
fast
was
back then.
so
Yeah.
fucking fast back then. Now we're in 155, 160, right?
At least, right?
Yeah, but
And they still want more.
And they
yeah,
want
exactly.
more.
Now they want high tech, and they want fucking. But
Up tempo.
yeah, exactly, dude. But I mean, like, so going into that, like, getting my first shows was as Jay Noriega. I was barely doing DJing, like, you know, just to
Okay.
like, get used to it. And
And you
so-
were playing?
Oh, I was doing hard trance and tech trance, like a little
Okay.
bit mixed in with psytrance. Still finding my sound. You know, there was nothing, no real like I don't know what I'm
Yeah.
doing yet. You know,
Yeah.
I had no vision for it yet. But when I did Triceradrops, like finally did like my first release, you know, with Christopher. That was the follow up. That's how Triceradrops was born. So that initially like EP, one track is called Floor Bomb, the other one is called Synesthesia. So Synesthesia was like an uplifting psytrance track, you know? That's when
I
like
heard about it. I mean, I'm not really into
Yeah.
psytrance, but I like it.
yeah, so like this one, it had like, you know, hands up, fucking
Yeah.
Armin van Buuren, like with psytrance basically.
Armin van Buuren vibes.
Yeah,
Big
but-
Well,
stage.
But
Yeah.
this is that was the time or the moment that like Christopher, this is your fault, Christopher, by the way. It's your fucking fault. It's your fault.
Your fault.
It's your fault. I went
Thank
to
you,
the
because
dark
he's
side.
a great artist, actually. He's one of the good ones.
He's
good ones to
great,
write.
though.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
don't. But the email he sent me when I sent this track, and he's like, "Oh, this track is a little too uplifting. It's like if you want to be part of Pharmacy, I need you to go dark, like a little darker." And then like that went
Click.
this fucking like not even like it's like a fucking short fuse went off in my
your
brain.
punk
Like it's just like
side.
You're
and
like,
then, like,
game on.
yeah, and then it just went, and then it just did that. Went
Who's that you?
The blue steel.
it's like wait a fucking minute. It's like something that clicked, and I'm like, wait a minute, I can be dark.
I can be dark.
Right.
What do you mean? You know, what do you mean?
Get your
I mean,
Batman voice out.
metal is really dark,
Crazy,
right?
isn't it?
But that's what happened, you know. It's like, yeah, immediately I was just like, oh, it's fucking on.
It's
I belong to
on.
this.
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
And
Yes.
to that day, like since then, it got to the point where I was getting some tracks even rejected by Christopher. This is too dark, Julian. My real name's Julian. So it's Julian Joshua, my real name. That's what JJ's for.
JJ.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Joanne?
Julian.
Okay.
Julian Josué Noriega.
There you go.
Para
But,
servirle a usted.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, because of that fool, like fucking, it just unleashed this other thing in me, and that was it. Like, welcome to the fucking dark side, basically. And that was my.
At
that's the
one
beginning.
point, you start diving into DEMEK. Because
Oh,
I like DEMEK. Don't get me wrong, I love Triceradrops,
A lot of
but
people like
you
DEMEK
but
more.
you know DEMEK has been
mhm.
my thing, and you've been sending me a lot of music, and you always share a lot of your music with me,
Yeah.
and thank you for that.
So,
And I really like it. So tell us more about DEMEK.
okay, so I'm just like clarify this. How many personalities do you have?
So
Like
Triceradrops and then
JJ. In the
I dated
punk
girls way more.
side.
So
Yeah.
he has three technically right
Yeah.
now. So
yeah,
far.
Three?
so it's like, you know, JJ is, I mean, always JJ, of course, but as far as with music stuff, it's Triceradrops and DEMEK. And this year will be a launch of Noriega. And it's finally like returning back to the roots of trance.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
already
thank
been
you for
working on
sharing
it.
that.
So, what's
Two or
going to be
three.
the name for this
For
last
trance? Noriega.
Noriega?
Just by that.
Just like
Just
that.
like that. My last name.
So you're gonna go back to
back to trance. Well, I'm still
Like
gonna be doing
uplifting
all of
trance?
them. Uplifting,
Okay.
driving, tech
Yeah.
trance, like
There's a resurgence of that right now. So
yeah.
it's huge.
Oh, I know.
It's
That's why like
growing,
it's like
yeah.
fucking Tiesto. came
Tiesto
back,
just did his huge
and
set. I was there
and-
for that. It was
And
beautiful.
I'm just
yeah.
like, shit. Well, I mean, like I was already on this, you know.
Yeah.
I've been producing it. Then the whole Tiesto thing happen. I'm
Yep.
like, wow, like okay, like this fueled me up on that side too.
yeah.
While still maintaining like, you know, Triceradrops and DEMEK, like this is going to be a thing too.
It's a lot of work.
So it's a lot of work, but it's like I can do it. you
Yeah.
know?
Years.
Got
of
enough
work.
many fucking brains. I got enough brains up in here to split personalities. It's like partitioning a fucking hard drive.
When you say it's a lot of
Oh, we got a
work,
nerd over here.
when you say it's a lot of work, can we dive into why it's a lot of work? And
So
'cause I know that like producing,
producing.
yeah,
Yeah, because it's very interesting. Like, your journey, how you started with the band.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to have a band, but I mean, the way you play, I've been hearing your music, and you are an amazing musician.
Thank you.
You play really, really nice guitar.
Thank you.
Which other instrument do you play? By
I
the
mean, I
way?
can play the bass.
Okay.
It's a string. I honestly feel like I could play any stringed instrument. You know, I'm not saying I'm gonna go over here and pull a fucking violin and go
Violin.
crazy,
Oh,
but I feel like I can get it. You know, like I just feel like I can.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know why.
So like, so you started with the band,
Mhm.
and then how the journey was like. What brought you to DEMEK, then to Triceradrops, and now to Noriega.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like it's kind of like there's like different person inside of you trying to they just keep scratching to come out, right? So at the time, like with Triceradrops, when I was just focused on psytrance. And me, like I've always been like someone that wants to do something different, you know? In the mosh pit, I go opposite way. So the same thing with life, I go opposite way, you know? Just like the same thing with this music. It's like I'm trying to go against the trend, you know, fucking kill the trend, if anything, and set something new, like, you know? But
set yourself apart.
Yeah. So it's like with DEMEK, when that was born, you could hear it in Triceradrops. Like there's a whole like section, or like I think it was around 2016, 17, that era, you could hear the techno influence just coming in.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't stop.
what year was that?
Like around like 16, 17.
Okay.
And
Omar's been to too many techno shows. He did not hear.
yeah, dude. So like that initial like like it was like I don't know, like another character trying to come out, you know? So that's basically what happened. It's like I'm making so much like techno influence shit. I'm
The
like
influence was hitting you
yeah,
hard.
and it's
so
like
you made a
DEMEK
new
is just
project.
fucking like let me out, you know?
And that's what I like, bro.
And that's what
Like,
happened. And it finally came out, and then fucking whole
Exploded
new
out.
thing, and the
Yeah.
separation finally happened.
Yeah.
And then now the way I look at DEMEK, it's like it's the dirtier side of what I do. Like in terms of an audio engineer,
Yeah.
like Psytrance is such a fucking like status with production. It's so clean,
Super
you know?
clean, yeah.
You have to make it super clean. It's
has
like
to be,
drum
yeah.
and bass is so fucking clean, you know?
Super clean, yeah.
Like, and then with DEMEK, it's dirty on purpose.
Yeah.
On purpose, you know, it's like still clean, but it's
Filthy.
like, yeah,
Filthy.
you add that like that
Yeah.
nastiness from like an old thrash album, you know,
That
it's like you can't
grunginess,
recreate Ride the
yeah.
Lightning and go to Metallica's new bullshit, or like you know,
Yeah.
it's not. It's like kind of like going back to the old Napalm Death shit, or like you know, like you go to an older sound, but you modernize it and like you make it, you know, I made it mine in that
Yeah.
sense.
Love
So
that.
it's just another monster coming out, and then right now the same thing with Noriega. It's like this melodies are starting to leak into my music again, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where's this coming from?
That creative.
Yeah. So then
Inside
that
of
guy
you,
is
yeah.
like, I'm like, you know what? And I thought about it really hard. And then one night with one of my students, I'm like, all right, I'm going to make a track from start to finish, basically, like in this session. I'm going to get as far as I can. And it happened. Noriega just came out and we made a trance track. And he was like, what the fuck just happened?
wow.
We both felt the magic in the room. Like,
Beautiful.
it was like, you
So
know,
without intention, it just like came out.
it just happens, you know,
Okay.
like,
Nice.
and like, I can set intentions to my music, you know?
Yeah.
But it's mainly what I'm feeling at the time, you know. What if I'm feeling sad, if I'm feeling some sort of way, like, or just randomly, like I'm about to teach this dude a lesson, you know, like, and it's like, okay, cool, like, you know, here we go, and then that unexpectedly came out, you know.
Yeah.
So you're teaching music production. Can you tell us about it? Because I know you have a lot of students,
I
and
got about 450 under my belt now.
tell us about it, because I think that's very
That sounds
exciting. Because
stressful.
I don't think a lot of
Yeah.
people knows that about you, and I think this is the right platform to tell people everything about you. So let's
Yeah.
go with that.
So the teaching kind of started like in 2016, 15 and shit. Like I'm like surrounded by friends and shit. I got people, but I don't have any producer homies. I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't have any other artists, you know?
Make them producers. I love that.
Literally what
That's
happened. It's
beautiful.
like, you know, like I found and like some of my friends, I'm like, you know what? Like,
You
So
should.
you don't have
You're
any
getting-
collaborations with somebody?
oh, I have many. I
Okay.
have many, but I'm very selective with that.
Yeah.
I'm very selective. I don't know. And usually it's some of like my best friends that I collab with or like,
Yeah.
you know, I need to have like that right energy with people and shit, you
Yeah.
know? So like when I teach someone, it is like it's an energy exchange no matter what, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
But from being lonely, like, and not having like that person to be talking to. So I did this to my kick and bass and it sounds fucking great, you know? No one else is going to understand that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me create
Yeah.
these people. You know? So it started that way, you know? And
Yeah.
it just, I started meeting more people that are like, hey, like this guy, like he's starting to make psytrance. Like, can you like, you know, hang out with him and show
Yeah.
him some stuff? I'm like, yeah. This is before I started charging. You
I
know?
can resonate with that. Like, if
Mm.
we are not talking about music or something, like, what am I doing here?
Yeah, and usually it's like it's like fucking it's just hard sometimes, you know, especially at that time. You know, now I'm like overwhelmed, like, you know, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Like, but back then it's like, fuck, I got no one to talk music about with. I'm all looking around the room. You know that meme? It's like, well, they don't know I've created a #1 album. That guy in the corner, it's literally that. Like,
Yeah,
you
the
know?
guy that's.
Yeah,
they
that's just
that I
they don't know.
produced
If
it.
yeah, exactly. Like, you know, it's just like that, and I just had to take it upon myself to create that, and then later on in the years when COVID hit, and it
Yeah,
just fucking
I was exactly about to ask you about that.
Yeah, because I
How
know
it hits you that?
I know for a fact you went through a really hard
yeah.
time during COVID.
Yeah,
I know the
yeah.
story because we actually met during COVID.
Yeah, we did.
And we actually met at this warehouse party during
Yeah.
COVID. I know a lot of people was against those parties, but you know
Yeah.
we were kind of doing.
Those were the best.
We were part of that,
Exactly.
Those were the best.
and
Oh my
really
God.
that's really when I start throwing some parties as well,
Yeah.
and that's
Yep.
really not under Techno Family on the other collective, but that's really how I started connecting with a lot of like artists like JJ and then we became friends, and he told me that story, and I want to dive into that story because I know you were ready and to start like really going to I want to say the next level, but I know that was a project that it was very important for you.
The teaching.
Yeah, the teaching and when things got canceled because of COVID during that time.
Yeah,
So
how
that
was
hit you
that,
pretty
the
hard.
process? Like, you were producing,
So
you
I was on a
were
hot
ready
streak.
for
Yeah, I
what
was on a fucking
next
hot
step?
streak. 2020 was literally my fucking year. I had about like 60 fucking shows in Europe ready to go. Full blown fucking tour. I don't know where you motherfuckers are now, but what's up? I'm ready again. You know?
He's
like,
ready.
him.
He's
Yeah,
ready.
like
Take
what
off.
the fuck? Like
Take
we're,
off.
Were you were playing already here in LA?
yeah, no, I've toured the whole USA.
Okay.
I'm one of the few psytrance artists that have actually toured the whole USA. Like, you know, with the label that I'm part of, BMSS, I actually made a compilation of only US artists. I don't think there's any other artist that's done that properly, you know?
Yeah.
Compiled the only USA artists to represent in another world where they look at us like a fucking joke, you know? It's true. Like, and that's like one big thing that I'm very proud of. That I have met these people, that I have like been around, like, you know, like, and actually like seen these guys perform, and they see me perform, and actually be able to like give them an outlet, you know. But like when COVID happened, to get back on track, COVID happened, and I was about to debut with 6 a.m. at the time, DEMEK, first time it was gonna be like that. Nerd Jabir, Boston 618, I was supposed to open for them, and I always remember this, like. I contacted Nerd Jabir because I was opening, you know. I'm like, I don't know how to open. Like, I'm like, what's the slowest or the fastest I can go? What's the hardest I can go, like, that I can get away with, you know? Because it's like my music's hard, and it's like I play all my own music. I always play all my own shit, you know. That's the thing
Which
that's
is
that's
really good
impressive.
because I think you're some of the few ones in LA that actually play
yeah,
your own music.
So
and,
few.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
few, so
honestly,
few.
yeah.
It's a lot of work.
yeah, dude. And it's like I've been working very hard for all that, you know.
Producer
like,
first.
Yeah, producer first before
Mhm.
a fucking DJ. You know, again, musician first, always.
Yeah.
But yeah, like and I remember that, like, so that happened, and then like I wasn't Querétaro, I was already on tour, you know. I was in Mexico for that show, and I played that show, and then COVID was literally unfolding between my friends and my own eyes.
Yeah.
You know, when the toilet paper thing, you guys remember that?
Fuck.
You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Everyone losing their shit over toilet paper, and we
People
walked by,
selling
and
on
there's 2 pallets of
Facebook,
toilet
yeah.
paper right there at the fucking store we were at. I'm like,
Yes.
there's no way this is real.
People getting in fights over it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
insanity.
I'm
dude.
like,
That's
you guys are literally
People lost their
losing your fucking
minds.
shit.
They lost their fucking minds over it. It was wild.
Yeah, dude.
That
So-
time was really impressive for all of us.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, And to cope with all that, like in the lockdown and stuff, even during like, because I got COVID like the first wave, so like the whole family like was like looking at me like in terror,
like an alien. Like,
yeah, like it's just like
we love you, but get away.
Yeah, no, I've never been shunned from the
I
family like that.
remember.
So there was a lot of psychological fucking crap,
Yeah.
But like in that time, it's like that's where I like really became a teacher because. Think about it. How many more DJs came out of COVID? Everyone found a hobby. And like
So
at the
many,
time, it's like, and
There
a
was
lot of those
yeah.
artists like that
Let's
are
not
here
even
now.
talk
I
about
won't
it.
name them, but you know who you are.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
But like I've taught them,
Not all
during
of
those
them,
times. But yeah, a lot of people got crazy. But
I
yeah,
guess it became more about that, and it's fine. I think they're on their own journey, and we
Everyone's
gotta
on their own
respect it as
journey.
well, right? But
yeah.
I do pay attention when somebody's playing, and I do notice when somebody's just changing songs, and I do notice when somebody
Just playing a
actually have the
playlist.
skills,
Yeah,
right? And
Yeah.
when
Get
I
off
see
top 100 motherfuckers.
Well, yeah, speaking about DJing, like, tell us how do you approach when you're playing? How do you
When I play a show?
program? Yeah, when you're preparing your
Oh,
sets.
I take my USB and see the only thing I choose is the opening track. That's it. And I see
Vibes
what
after that.
I just see what the fuck happens. So like they just found out today. So I have about a day and a half of my own music. That's 36 hours of my own music. That's ranging from Triceradrops to DEMEK. Yes,
That's
it's
insane.
a fucking
That is
flex,
wild.
motherfuckers.
That is wild.
You know,
Dude, that's
like,
a lot of
yeah,
music.
dude, like I just like,
do
So
you ever
36
go
hour set
out?
win.
I know, right?
36 hour set
There's
win.
a guy.
Let's go.
There's this guy called Go Gil. Like he passed away, but I gotta go up against him one day.
Yeah, let's
Let's just do it. The longest set I've
fucking
done
go.
was the 10-year anniversary. I did it was an 8-hour set, and we did
8 hour
this
set.
together.
8-hour set.
8-hour fucking set. That's the longest I've ever done, and it was all my own music. I was so
Yeah.
proud. I was
Wow.
crying
Fucking
many times through that set. It was so fun.
Your
but-
your family came over, and I
Huge.
remember I seen your
Yeah.
dad. I met your family, and I
Yeah, and
actually,
thank you for taking care of him.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course. But I think I
Beautiful.
also noticed that you're also very a family people. Like you really
Yeah.
love your family.
I love
and
my family.
What can you tell us about your family? Like,
I mean, I love them so much. I gave up a whole fucking Asia tours like a beer for my sister's birth. My
Let's
sister's
go.
baby's birth. My niece coming, Maddie.
Let's
And
go. Beautiful.
yeah, like
I love it.
just didn't want to compromise anything. I would have been in Thailand, Cambodia, and I believe China with my boys. But it was just a conscious and right decision to make because, for me, it's always family first. I never put my career in front of my family like that.
I heard like 2 years ago. I think yes, it was 2 years ago. You were playing in Japan.
Yeah.
How was that?
Japan was fucking insane.
That's cool. Japan's awesome.
Yeah, like I played at Club Womb.
Yeah.
Yeah, Club Womb. I know how much that means to all you techno heads.
so tell us about the scene
Tell
over there.
me.
Yeah, tell us about the scene over there because I think it's very
so
interesting.
Japan is fucking great. All right, just like
I've been there. I love it.
like the energy, like playing for that crowd. It's like it's very different.
Yeah.
Every place I've been to is always very different energy. Like, and the thing about Japan that I've loved so much, like at least like even like now from like touring in France and like Hungary, like a bunch of other places, but like Japan always like just hits like. I could throw the worst shit at them. But when I say the worst shit, I mean like the most like fuck tracks I have, like, because I get in there. I like to produce anxiety sometimes with my music, I like to take people into this dark fucking place and make them think about themselves, like you will have to experience it sometime, But
I mean,
it's also
that's
like
a great idea as an artist
Yeah.
to approach how to start producing a track,
yeah,
to give and put there your emotions.
Yeah, exactly.
Invite us to
and on a
connect with
spiritual
it.
sense, like it's like I'm
Bring your
inducing the
Xanax.
shadow work.
Shadow work.
Tell us about
The
it.
shadow work.
Yeah.
Because I think, I think at this point we're already kind of talking about frequencies, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. So I know Freda's really into that about frequencies.
Yeah.
But me and you, the one time that you took me to a show at the at the
that's
desert
right.
party, and we were talking about frequencies, and you were explaining to me a lot of that. Tell us about it because I think that's very
Yes, I wanna
interesting.
hear that.
So, like, so this goes back to another story back that I had, like, when I was younger. So the first time I actually introduced techno into a Triceradrops in the desert, right? So it's like, I was so nervous, but when I did play it, everyone was dancing, having a good time. And then they just fucking froze. Everyone on the dance floor, even my friends, they just were like,
Wow.
and I'm like, shit, they don't like it. And then a homie comes and runs up to me. He's like, puto, look at their fucking faces. And I look and they're just like, they're losing their mind, dude. They're losing their mind. They're frozen in fucking time. You know, they're just fucking like, like you could see these faces and that people on acid.
What you were playing?
Yeah, and then after the set, I had this girl come out to me just fucking crying, and she's like, "Do you know what you're doing to us?" And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, what the fuck do you want, hippie? You know, at the time,
She's barefoot, right?
Mentality at the time, okay.
She's
you guys know I'm a
barefoot,
fucking hippie now. But no, like she's like, you really, I faced so many demons during your set, like, and I just want you to, I want to thank you, you know. And I'm like, what?
Excellent.
I didn't know what that
So
meant.
the frequencies of your tracks were lower.
Well, the way I do a thing
down.
called a harmonic EQ, right?
Okay.
So at the time when I learned harmonic EQ, like it was solely to make a bass fatter, you know, and make it resonate deeper and shit. But I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And like now, with the way I teach you and the way I look at it, I always tell my students, remember, you're the composer to someone's, you know, trip, or the captain to the trip, you know, if they're going through all the emotions. You're the one that's going to separate what they feel and how they're like, how this person's gonna feel. You know, they might get mad. Or you don't know. You're the guy that's controlling that for that hour. Yeah,
music is very powerful.
So like when I produce my music, you know, I do the harmonic EQ. So for every note, there's harmonies, right? So in chakras, each chakra has a note, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm doing something in the key of D, I forget what the harmony is, but let's say the harmony is like fucking G or some shit. So there's already 2 fucking harmonies right there going at it in one fucking track. So there's like, it's like 4 bumps. Yeah. Not those kind of bumps. But there's 4 bumps in the EQ, like, you know, that you put up. So it makes it resonate deeper. So think of it, it's like a wall of chakra constantly. This whole set that I'm like playing is a wall of chakra. And when I was younger, I didn't understand that. So now these days, that's all I'm like, you guys are going for some shit, boys.
I got you.
I mean, you didn't understand that, but you were feeling it.
I didn't understand it yet until I had these experiences, you know. And the one that really like made me like teach myself, like take myself to school. There's this girl, her name was Candace, and she passed away.
Oh,
right?
I'm sorry.
And I met her brother at a show, and he came up to me like just out of the blue. It came off fucking right hot off the set and shit. You know, I was outside like, you know, I'm all fucked up and excited. And he comes to, I just need to talk to you real quick. And he's like, hey, so I just want to let you know and thank you and give you a big hug. You know, like my sister really loved your music. You helped her out through like a lot of stuff, you know, like you're her favorite artist. And I just like, I'm like, hell yeah. Like, yeah, you literally like, you know, you saved her life. She was like going through a lot. And then to find out, he's like, well, she just passed away. And I'm like, no way. He's like, but I just needed you to know. You saved her life from a lot of bad things. Like, you know, I don't remember if she was addicted or something. I don't want to say it. Like, you know, sorry if I'm wrong, but it was along those lines, you know, like, but he said I saved her life. And I'll never forget that because it was a pivotal moment in my life and career of how my music was really affecting people. Because I didn't know how much it was affecting people till then. You know, like it helped them. Yeah, like it helped her deal with the emotions that she was already going through.
Connecting with the frequencies.
Yeah. Okay. And I didn't know that. So that's when I started teaching myself.
Yeah.
About this.
To investigate more about it.
What the fuck am I doing to people?
Because every chakra resonates with different frequency.
Yeah. So then go through all that and then like, and I sat with ayahuasca. I saw
Tell us about that, please.
Ayahuasca.
Yes.
Fuck.
Ayahuasca.
Ooh-wee.
I left.
Tell us experience because
I left my 20s behind right there.
Wow.
Yeah, I went on my birthday, and I can say like the feeling I got that night was like the equivalent of going Super Saiyan.
There was a ceremony or what?
It was a ceremony.
You were walking and you found a cactus and you were like,
no, it was a full-on ceremony.
Nerd.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a
The
big
mountains.
fucking nerd. I'm a big nerd. Look at, I'm representing right here, bro.
Hey, let's go.
Was that in the desert?
No, it was in Agua Dulce.
Mexico?
Here in Santa, close to Santa Clarita. The shamans were Amir and Luciana. Thank you again for the journey, you know.
Beautiful.
But I sat with them like multiple times, you know, but around then is like, so I got a sea sound. Basically, you know, like it's the most supernatural thing I've ever experienced. I won't go too deep in what happened, but you know, it was very transformative in the sense of like you face yourself and you heal things that you don't even know that was wrong with you. You know, like me, like it helped me fix my relationship with my dad. You know, so that was great. It was awesome. And then it's like, spirit animal. Fucking spirit animal is a fucking tiger and an owl, and a bobcat. So it's like all those, like, I know.
So you're facing your subconscious.
I face my subconscious and no, just myself. Every demon I had inside of me, like, and now we're just all playing together and having a tea party.
What a lovely tea party.
Yeah. now we make even crazier music together. But it did make me I became a better teacher because of this. So
cool.
I became a better teacher, and I feel like a better, like, I wouldn't say better person, but like I would say a
no,
better. No, so shitty, guys. Sorry, okay. Still very shitty. No, but like they just you do evolve. No matter what. It's like, and going back to that Super Saiyan experience for me, it's like I've never felt like, because I did have a breakthrough, like it was just like felt like a big explosion, and the whole room around me was there. Everyone was crying, staring at me during this thing. It was like, happy birthday, JJ. It's like, awesome. Welcome to your 30s, basically, is what it felt like. But I looked down and like my hairs were like dude, like, and there's no electricity around me like that, but I could feel it, like, I was going through it, like, and all this shit. And this the shaman, like, he went like that, and I just felt the
jolt.
Wow.
Biggest jolt of like electricity in my life. Beautiful. Like, I've never felt that. And again, it's like not someone coming at you with a fucking taser or anything, but it's like, it just goes to prove, we're all a living battery, That's what it comes down to.
We're really energy.
Yeah, exactly.
So much energy,
regardless if we're drinking whiskey or whatever the fuck, it's like no matter what, we're still conducting in each other's brain,
Yeah.
But it's everyone gets connected on a different level that way. And going down to the music, it's like now, especially the way I make music, my latest album, Becoming, it came out last year in April. That was the hardest piece of music for me to write. Like, my grandma passed away 2 years ago.
Wow.
And it's like, I still went and played shows after, because that's what she wanted,
Yeah.
And
she was a fan of your stuff?
Dude, she went, when I played the Hard Rock in Vegas for Dream State, she was there.
Awesome.
For my closing
that's
set.
right.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm so blessed that I got to show her, what I did do.
That's beautiful.
Because she really believed in me when no one else did. When the dark times, in 2016. Like, but she believed in me, like, always. Like, she knew I was going to be, like, something. But
that's awesome.
But yeah, like, it's it was cool, to experience that and like have her there. That goes back to being a family man. It's just what I am. Like, I'm a people person, but it could be selective at times. I'm not gonna be out there, hey guys, what's up? It's not like that all the fucking time.
Why not?
It's just not me. It's not me. I'd rather do it at a performance. You ever see me after a performance? I'm so overstimulated. I'm like,
I need a dark room.
Yeah, exactly. I need a dark corner. Like, get me the fuck out of here for like at least 10 minutes and then go out and say hi to everybody. Before it's like I was so hype and like, hell yeah, thank you for like, right away after the set. Now it's like, I don't know, it's just different now.
So where were you born?
I was born here in Bellflower.
Okay.
I'm born and raised.
Your family is from
LA bred.
Durango.
Mexico.
Yeah, my mom, Durango. My dad, born in San Diego, so he's Chicano.
Okay.
My grandpa, Guadalajara.
Do you speak Spanish?
Sí puedo hablar un poco español, pero soy bien pocho.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
No worries. It's fine.
Pocho, guys.
Say habla.
Un poco? Okay.
We're both pochos here, so it's okay.
Omar?
Well,
I think I'm being a little whiter, dude.
I'm white enough for all of us.
That's really cool, JJ.
Wow.
And I think there's more about you. Like now, let's dive into the scene because we all know there's been some changes, and and I do believe this scene was way better before pandemic, because I experienced it since 2012, and my first show was Incognito show, and then I started experiencing the 6 a.m. shows, and
You mean your first rave?
My first underground show was Incognito. I traveled to a lot of festivals, and one of the EDC when it was in downtown LA was amazing. Then he moved to Las Vegas, and it's kind of like, it's not the same.
All glitz and glitter.
Yeah. But then I discovered the underground scene, and really, my first party was like pretty amazed. Kind of like, what is this? And then when you find out that you're going all the way to like 5, 6 in the morning, it's like,
where the fuck am I going?
Wait, we can do that?
Yeah.
Can we do that?
We can do that.
Can we be drinking until like 6 in the morning? Let's go.
Yeah.
And but tell us about the scene before and now. What do you think?
So when I came into the scene, like even before like psytrance and shit, I was going to droid behavior parties, And I don't know if you guys ever heard Droid Behavior.
Mhm.
Yeah, right. It was a drum cell. What's Truncate.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
The
And-
pioneers from LA.
Yeah, and there's a group called Raiz. I'll never forget too. You know, it was just like going and before
Silent Servant too.
yeah, so of course Silent Servant.
Juan
Yeah,
and-
like they were all part
Rest
of it.
in
Like
peace.
his thing.
Developer too.
But I found out like about him later, like and I didn't even know. Like I'm like shit, he makes gothic fucking techno the way I like it, you know.
Awesome.
But
What year was that?
fuck, when that was around the time when I barely started getting into raving too, like 2012. You know, that's when I kind of like I didn't know it was techno right away. You know, like I saw Perk in the smallest bar. Like I think in 2014.
Yes, tell me,
back
tell
in
me,
the
because
day.
I know a little bit
Medusa
about
Lounge,
that.
Medusa
That's
Lounge. There's
cool.
a memory for you, bro.
Where
Medusa
was that
Lounge.
bar?
Huh?
Where
It's
was?
called the Medusa Lounge.
Okay.
It's in Little Armenia, I think it was. And I remember fucking my homie's like, we're gonna robo trip. He chugged the whole fucking bottle of Robitussin like a dumbass. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? You're not sick. He's like, you don't understand. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm never gonna understand. I'm just gonna stick to my vodka at the time. But no, but the scene like back then, man, it was very different. I feel like everything, like I'm not gonna
Very
say it was
community.
more wholesome.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I feel like everyone's here just over here like going to a show, just like that's it.
Yeah.
I swear, it's like a one beat off session that's done. It's
Yeah.
not like the way it used to be, like at least for me, you know. And even in the psytrance scene, like it used to be amazing, and like it still is because we're still doing it.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I do like am grateful for is that we still have shit happening from the people that did start this shit in the beginning, you know? While we
Yeah.
may have all these other fucking promoters coming out of nowhere and throwing these parties for the kids. It's like kind of like, you remember Pinocchio? Fucking, what was it? The never, with the fucking
The
island.
island, yeah.
I mean, Nate is I think Nate is one of the.
Oh, I fucking love Nate. Yeah,
He's been doing a great job doing psytrance shows. I mean, we did
he's
like
the
few.
one. He's the one that gave me my first show. Is Jay
Okay.
Noriega,
Yeah, of course, gotta be Nate.
Tacos
You
and
did-
Molly.
Tacos and
You did your first show with him.
Yeah, with
Okay.
before they were. I think before it was Subterranean.
That was my
Dwellers.
question. Like, when was your first
Oh yeah,
show
then we
here
got
in
sidetracked by all
LA?
this other shit. But yeah, it was
Okay.
with Nate as Jay Noriega.
Yeah,
And my
great
first
guy.
Triceradrops set was with Pulsar.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, everything's has definitely changed since then, you know? And like so you can say it, and I will say it got oversaturated for a while. Hard techno became something that I used to love and I don't like anymore.
It
the way I
became
used to.
it became entry
What
level.
What do you think? What
Hard
do you
techno's
think it got
entry
like
level
that?
What?
which is-
Hard techno? I mean, think about it. Like, think about all the trends. Remember when Psytrance was fucking going on main stage EDC? It's not like that no more. It's fucking hard techno. You know? It went from, hell yeah, let's go see this new genre, hard techno, to welcome to hard techno. And this is what we call hard techno volume 1. And now we're in fucking volume 50 right now. And in a year, it's not even like that. It's just a fucking
What,
fast
you're missing
forward.
the sounds. What about the
But
sounds?
I think right now it's
What
moving.
is-
But I think right now it's moving into a lot of what's the name of it's not dark. I mean, it's not hard techno anymore.
I mean, and you know, it's funny to even hear proper techno. That became
Well,
a genre.
I think proper techno is gonna come back.
No, but I'm saying that became a genre. Like the word proper techno became a genre.
Which is really techno.
Which is insane. Yeah.
Which
It
is
used to-
techno.
It used to
It's
just be
just techno.
techno.
But I think
It's like, sorry guys, we have all this
so
bullshit.
hard techno
74
now is going
subgenres.
into a lot of hard style because
Yeah.
and there's one crew that has been killing it, that is Hard Havoc, and
yeah.
shout outs to Romeo because he's been doing an amazing job doing that.
Oh,
Yeah.
And but yeah, so tell us more about the hard techno experience that you've been
I
having.
mean, like,
here
it's like
LA.
in the beginning, it was like, hell yeah. It was like, this is cool as fuck, you know? And
was
then,
more like the style Paula Tempo.
yeah,
I would say
that was
that,
hard techno for me
right?
back then.
Because
That was hard techno
She
for
was
me.
one of
'Cause you-
she's one of
you
my
open or you close for her?
inspirations.
I closed for Paula Tempo as DEMEK. That was my first 6 a.m. show. Yeah.
cool.
And that was a lot of fun. And you know what? You know, I will never forget this. The first thing they fucking asked me, and I remember this, boys, please don't play Psytrance. And now look at where the fuck we're at. I was already ahead of this fucking trend, way ahead, but I wasn't even doing that. I respected the personalities, you know?
Yeah.
This DEMEK was strictly for techno, industrial techno. The real distorted, nasty industrial techno.
Warehouse.
You know, like, yeah.
Reverb and that.
Yeah, and no, I just always laugh at that joke though, because it's like literally like this: don't play psytrance during your set, but then now look at everything. Everyone's playing fucking psytrance, and you would think it'd be a scene that I'm thriving in. It's just about I choose not to make because I don't like it.
Yeah.
You know, it's I don't like I love trends to an extent. But when it becomes oversaturated, you know, like it just becomes into something that just can't stand, you know? You're going to put Britney Spears behind a fucking techno track. Well, by all means, if it makes you happy, like go for it.
What type of techno?
Because like what makes you
I've
I
heard
don't
it.
name it.
I've heard it.
Techno.
I've heard it for
TikTok,
sure.
techno,
I don't name
whatever,
it.
but-
No, it's like
Techno.
no, please.
That's a genre in and of
Yeah,
itself, right?
but it's like, you know,
Techno is techno. That's it.
yeah, but at the end of the day, you know, at the end of the fucking day, there could be haters everywhere. You know, everywhere. No matter what the fuck I do, what you do, there's always gonna be at least one fucking hater.
And that's fine.
But it's okay, yeah. But at the end of the day, what makes you cringe, what makes any of us cringe, is beautiful to others.
Yeah.
Right? So I can't hate on those people. Yeah. It's like, you know what? Go to you guys. I'm here in my fucking world. And that's the one thing that I'm very proud of. It's like, this is my fucking world. Where I'm at, where I'm in my heart is my world.
Yeah.
The way you
That's
have your world,
lovely.
you have your fucking world, you have your fucking world. You know?
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing. Let's reach over there.
The David.
But it's like, we have to empower ourselves at the end of the fucking day. You know, it's like, that's the one hard thing, you know, the one thing I tell my students, it's like, don't fucking compare yourself to what everyone else is fucking doing. Because the minute you do that, that's game over for your brain.
Yeah.
The minute you do that, you have officially like submitted into a whole other fucking thing that's going to just drown you and all kinds of other feelings.
Yeah. Comparison is the thief
Yeah,
of
no,
joy.
Yeah, dude.
As an artist, you
Let's
cannot
say,
do that.
yeah.
You have to
So-
follow your soul.
Yeah, and that's why, you know,
Do you?
Pantera is my favorite band. You know,
Pantera's
fucking
fantastic.
the Great Southern Trendkill. What
Yeah.
the fuck was that? And they literally, with music, went against
Epic.
the fucking grain. You
Epic,
know,
yeah.
opposite side of the fucking pit. And that's like the way I live my shit. You know, with music especially, it's like opposite side of the fucking pit.
Yeah.
You know, you're not gonna see me over here trying to conform on some shit. I'm over here trying to kill that trend. You know, it's completely different, man. You know, and that's like, if we get so caught up into our like bullshit if you want to be like someone else, and you're not gonna succeed. You know, it's like, just do you no matter what. You know, if you're throwing parties and you're a promoter, like, continue it on the way you want to do it. Fuck everyone else and fuck everyone else's vision.
What do you think that we promoters need to do better? Because we do need to do better. What do you think?
I miss the roots, man. Honestly, I think like the way roots used to be and the excitement of having to work to go to a party was a little bit different back then.
Nowadays it became
Now it's like
mainstream.
it's so accessible.
The emotion,
You
like,
know?
what
Can't
is gonna be
change
the
that. There's,
underground,
like,
you know?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
the warehouse, and we're gonna pass through, you
Yeah,
know? Yeah.
it's the excitement of like the unknown, but now it's
unknown.
like you know where the fuck. You're
And I
going.
think I noticed,
familiarity
and I
is
know also,
hard to-
and I also noticed a lot of these shows. They wanna start bringing the festival
Festival vibes.
festival
yeah.
vibes and
Yeah.
festival productions. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Which is maybe cool, but at the same time,
It's a
that's
different world.
kind of taking away from what it really is. And
Totally
this is
different
kind of
world,
like
yeah.
one of our new directions where we're moving forward. We're gonna stay away from big productions.
Mhm.
We're gonna have always good audio no matter what, but we're gonna start moving into that direction, you know. And we have a big surprise for you guys coming very soon. And
Back to the roots.
this is not we're really
Yeah,
going back to the
seriously.
roots, you
Some
know.
real
And
techno.
You really need
we're
to,
gonna
bro,
start creating
yeah.
shows that are more community driven, vendors.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna start creating all that, and obviously, you know, we're gonna be putting something together with JJ. We're gonna
Yeah,
be working
dope.
on a project this year, and we're gonna be releasing that pretty soon as well. Once we get all the details together.
Yeah.
But
If
but
y'all
yeah, you
ready.
know. Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm ready. Yeah, dude. Like, I'm ready to start the pot all over again. You know, I've already been doing it with music and shit. So
Yeah.
it's just like, you know, like all of us. I mean, this podcast alone, you know, it's just like it's a group of people talking about real shit. You know,
We have to, you
it's
know.
like
Yeah.
the thing about these opportunities like this is like, let's present the controversy. You know, let's make the fucking controversy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's just like instead
This is gonna be the place, bro.
Yeah,
We're gonna be
exactly.
talking real
Yeah.
stuff.
If you don't
And-
have haters, you're doing something wrong.
Exactly.
exactly.
You're
I
doing
always
something
say,
wrong,
fuck
dude.
a fan. I want to earn some haters.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I love you fans. You guys are the best
the
fans.
longer the list, the better you're doing.
Yeah, dude. You know, 'cause
Stack them up.
haters talk way more. Haters talk way more, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, dude. And
So what advice do you have for all the new generations that are coming on the scene right now? Because there's a lot of them, and
Yeah.
they don't know anything better.
as far as
They-
what,
they-
like
they-
artists or like ravers?
in
or
general
just
for
in general?
because I know like some of them they don't know better. The only thing they know right now is hard techno. That's all I know.
Yeah. That's entry is what I was saying a minute ago.
Very
Like
true.
entry
Yeah.
level is now hard techno,
Yeah,
which is
it's really-
wild.
it's really
right?
what it is.
It's really
It
entry
became
level.
EDM.
hard
But it's
techno,
cool
yeah.
because I think once you start learning,
Yeah.
more about music, and they start getting into like the frequencies part of the music, how they feel when they go to the shows. Because there's a lot of DJs, but there is only very few that can take you into a journey.
Yes.
And that's something that people start
Such a different
they
thing.
need to start looking into the feeling.
But I think that is part just more like as an artist, more like digging and being creative in what you're doing, not just like, okay, this is, and I want to be famous and I want to jump. No, it's not that.
Well, it's because
it's like DJing. It's more like digging. How are you gonna mix the sound?
It's
How
a
do you
skill.
mix with key? So
but it's
I think it's a little bit different.
It's a skill,
Yeah.
Not. I don't want to say anything about TikTok DJs, but a lot of them is mainly the whole hype of I'm here and I'm doing this, and
cool,
they're moving, and that's fine. We have to respect that as well, because they're going on their journey, and it's very respectful. Things are evolving right now.
Eventually
right?
they'll grow up.
Mhm.
Just like
Yeah,
and
that's
maybe
really
in
what
some
it is.
no, and some others not.
And it's same with these kids, all you kids, it's just like fucking like just have a good time, enjoy it for what it is right now. And then like when you start like you will come across other styles of music.
Yeah.
Like, don't just reject it because it's not fucking hard.
There's
techno,
house, there's hard techno, there's techno, which a lot of people know as proper techno, but it's actually techno, but it's techno. And, there's hard style. There's a little bit of everything in LA right now, and there's a lot of actually crews out there that maybe they're not bringing 1,000 people. Maybe they have like 200 people, but their shows are so fun, are so intimate. And I think that's something that I think I'm missing, the intimate part of the underground parties. And that's kind of like the direction where I want to start moving forward, because having a big party in a big warehouse, big production it's cool, bro. But I don't feel the same energy when it's something more intimate, and that's exactly what I'm looking for.
And also, like you say, we evolve.
Yeah, everyone.
So
evolves.
we're not like I mean,
So
I never was the 18 to 25 to get drunk and just lose.
Well, I was.
Personal. Well, yes, exactly. So maybe you too. No, maybe you too.
Yeah, of
but
course.
many of us, we were more like, okay, what is more behind of just that,
and that's what I mean. It's like there's no judgment on everyone. It's like everyone's out there to have a good time no matter what. Of
course.
Yes.
It's like people are there to be there just for the good time, and then it turns into like, oh, I kind of like this music.
Learn to appreciate it.
What
like
else is more,
growth.
Yeah, exactly.
else?
Yeah, because there's more than hard techno, and there's more than hard style, and I'm telling you, techno is gonna come back pretty strong.
I think so too.
Like techno with soul that it make you feel happy, bro. Like I think that's really the feeling that I'm chasing right now, because
Melodic
I miss
techno,
that. I miss that a lot. And the only places that I get that type of feeling is like kind of like the 6 a.m. shows, Incognito, the epics, because they're still the best ones around. No matter what anyone wants to say, they're still the best ones. They're gonna continue going on their journey, and I have our support as well, right? Because I think for a lot of us, they've been that role model, and I think a lot of us want to be like them. And we won't be like them, but we want to get on that level where they like the way that they run everything is so professional, man. And it's reality. They are the best ones around, man. And right now, Reform is like they're bringing the best artists around. Like nobody's doing what they're doing. You know what I mean? So we gotta respect that, because they've been the leaders of the scene for like at least over 15, 20 years. And Incognito has been like the anniversary.
19.
I mean, I remember Alan when the first time I seen Alan, dude. And
I remember my first Incognito show.
Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty fun to be around all these promoters. You know what I mean?
It's fun.
And
we're so old now. Fuck.
Yeah, we kind of. I mean,
speak for yourself.
we are, bro, but I think
have them.
But I think a lot of people that is our age, they have like 20 kids, and they gotta be at home doing those type of duties. I mean, I'm not 20, but but people with kids, they don't get to experience what we do. You know what I mean? And I think that's a blessing. At least that's how I feel. You know what I mean? Because I don't have kids. I don't want to have kids.
Or maybe,
But
guys,
because-
we are getting older.
older,
you know,
but, like,
we
when the
are,
music
and
is
it's
like,
fine.
I remember that my aunt, and it was like, the music is not anymore like it used to be.
Yeah.
But as that older crowd, it is our responsibility to teach the newer crowd,
Yes,
right?
thank
Teach them,
you.
lead them, and show them,
Yes.
right? Like, hey, like check out this. Like, there's other ways to enjoy, responsibly enjoy, learn about the music, learn about the culture, right?
Yeah.
And I think learning about the culture is very
It's so
important because
important.
that's going away little by little.
It
It's
is.
becoming more about like the hype.
Yeah, so it's our
And
responsibility
it's
to make
also
sure it
about-
stays.
And
But
I
when
and
you
gotta
it
were
grows,
18,
you know?
do that. You know, like
It's important to do that.
2018, I was in punk shows, and that, I mean, the culture, that's what, like, I appreciate the underground culture a lot more. It's like, we were all kids making fucking shirts with pins and shit. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like little things like that. That's part of the culture.
Yeah.
You know, I suggest like more vendors, you know?
Yeah, and
Vendors
I
are
think that's
fun.
the next
That's always
goal that
one
we're
big cool
doing.
thing
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love about, like, you know, your shows, you had vendors there, you know?
Yeah, the vendors are cool.
And we're gonna be adding more of that. Like,
Candy and fans.
I'm telling you, we're gonna
pashminas and
be working with this other crew. That we're gonna be releasing our first show with them this week. I'm not even gonna tell you guys, but because I want that to be a
it's a
surprise.
surprise.
But we're gonna be going into a really intimate venue. You know, everything that we're gonna do is gonna be like super good, like good audio, like everything. But we're gonna start moving into that direction that is gonna be more community driven. We don't care about having 1,000 people.
Yeah.
All we care is having the right amount of people that is gonna be there to have fun
Yeah.
and be happy. Because
The culture, the vibes, the vibes high, culture
Yeah,
high.
don't
And
go
to
fucking
keep
the
lean on some
vibe.
random party.
to keep the vibe, like you said,
Yeah.
right? To keep the vibe has the underground vibe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. Back to
Absolutely.
the roots.
That's
Back
the
to the
beauty of it,
roots.
though.
Exactly. So
Good
we're getting about to finish up with this. So JJ,
flew.
yeah, I know, but we
Went
can do
quick.
part 2 in a few months from now.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I do want to thank you for being in our new space.
Yeah.
I do want to thank you, Troy, because he's been pushing for this project
Yeah.
since May. I want to thank Freda because she's been one of the special people in my life that has been guiding me in so many
Yeah.
ways, and she's been putting a lot of balance in my life. So I do want to thank you for that, JJ. I also want to do thank you, bro, because me and you we went through like few things together as well. We were gonna do few projects together. Things happen, bro. But I'm really happy that you're here today,
Always
and I
keep the
really
real, bro.
wish you, bro, like success. And I'm pretty sure once you go back to Switzerland, because I know you're gonna go back very soon, and
Wanna go
I
fuck
already
him up again?
released that, so I'm
You go
sorry,
fuck him up
but
over there?
I wish you the best, bro.
I think
To me, you're one of the best producers that we have in LA. Maybe not a lot of people knows that, but they should know that you're kind of one of the main ones here.
Check
and
them out.
We gotta respect that, and because you earned the place, and you're always gonna have a place in TechnoFam LA. And I do want to thank you for everything, bro, because you've been one of the real ones, man.
All about the
So-
family.
So yeah.
And
fuck
thank
yeah.
you, Mar, as
Yeah,
well,
thank
for
you,
making
Omar.
this possible too.
Yeah.
Well, I think
You busted your ass for all this and you made it happen.
Yeah, pat yourself on the back.
Thanks.
Like, literally.
Absolutely.
well, thank you. You know, but
Yeah, but, man, I do.
but she's been kind of the one behind me, guiding me a lot. So you know, it's because of her now we're moving into phase 2. Because I was already getting to the point, kind of. I don't need this. I have my job. I'm making decent money. So, but to me, it's not about the money. It's been it's been about the passion that I have for
About the
this
passion
scene,
and love,
and it's
yeah.
about techno, bro. I love techno. I love the community. I love all of you guys. There's a lot of great people out there. There's also a lot of bad people there, and we all know that. Obviously, we're not gonna put them on blast yet. But if they continue doing
And
their
thank you
things,
so
they will.
much.
Not yet.
Thank you
Not
so
yet.
much to the ravers, to the people that were asking, you know, like in every show that I was there raving, when is coming the next show for Techno Family? When is coming? Like,
It's coming.
Oh, it's coming.
It's coming. Believe me.
We have
It's
already
coming.
some
So
artists
thank you so much.
that we work in, international DJs. We're actually working for somebody for next month that is coming from Germany. Somebody that is super good and is one of the best ones in the underground scene of Germany. You just keep that in mind. It's not a big DJ, but it's somebody that is doing so much work in that underground scene. And those are the type of artists that we want to start bringing. So there's more coming.
Skill and
Again, thank you
talent.
everyone, and hopefully we'll see you guys on episode 2. That's actually gonna happen hopefully in February 28 around those days, and then we'll go from there. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
With our powers combined.